wildfires, drug addiction, international terrorism, chaos, Armageddon. Now, more than ever, it's critical to remember what's most important in life. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. This movie is so badass it'll cure AIDS. After the first film ended with O'Shea Jackson's Donnie fooling Gerard Butler's Big Nick O'Brien and escaping to Europe with $30 million in cash, Den of Thieves 2 opens with Nick making a deal with the FBI to go to Europe and bring Donnie in. But when he finally tracks down Donnie in France while he's in the middle of planning a diamond heist, instead of arresting him, Big Nick forces himself onto Donnie's crew and pretty much takes over the entire operation. Immediately, all the other crew members turn into beta bitches in the face of American dominance. There's one woman on the team, and from the second she lays eyes on Big fucking Dick Nick O'Brien, she's all over his shit. She's ready to have his illegitimate babies, and why wouldn't she be? Den of Thieves 2 has a similar plot to movies like Point Break and the original Fast and the Furious. A cop goes undercover to take down a criminal operation, but as they get deeper into the criminal lifestyle, the lines start to blur, and the cop becomes conflicted about where his loyalties lie. What makes Den of Thieves 2 different from those movies is that Gerard Butler's character has absolutely no issue breaking the law. While watching the movie, you begin to wonder if he's actually working with the police or if he's just using them to track Donnie down, so he can get a piece of their next score. Gerard Butler is incredible in this movie. He makes the movie. His Big Nick pretty much dives headfirst into the criminal life and doesn't look back. Watching Gerard Butler smoke PCP while shouting "fuck NATO" and apologizing to people for America destroying their countries was something I didn't expect to see. And it was awesome. You can tell Butler's having a lot of fun playing this role and he absolutely crushes it. I hope this is a new franchise for him because I can watch the antics of Big Dick Nick O'Brien over and over again. O'Shea Jackson is fine as Donnie, the second lead. Technically he's playing the same character from the first film, although since his entire persona was a deception in the first movie, he's playing the character completely different. He's more confident and less meek now, but he still gets outshined by Gerard Butler in every scene. He's supposed to be this criminal mastermind, but he winds up getting regulated to being Gerard Butler's wingman, and it probably works for the best. The relationship between Big Nick and Donnie is what makes the movie. Former enemies, you watch these two guys bond as they party and cause chaos all over Europe. Butler and Jackson actually have the kind of chemistry that people pretended Paul Walker and Vin Diesel had. There isn't much to the rest of the cast. There's one woman on the new crew who's attracted to Nick named Giovanna. One of the other members of Donnie's crew is her ex. It goes exactly how you expect it to. Nobody else really registers though. This is the Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson show. The planning and execution of the heist is well done. The scenes are tense and suspenseful. Anything could go wrong at any moment. It feels believable. Like this is something that could actually happen. I only have one minor complaint about the film. The first film ended with a giant shootout reminiscent of Michael Mann's Heat. I was hoping to see director Christian Gudegas try to top that in the sequel. But this movie doesn't have a big shootout at the end. There is a gunfight between several cars while driving in a tunnel that's fun to watch, but it's way too short compared to the action in the first film. The movie doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but it does leave the door open for another sequel if the movie does well enough. And I hope it does. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson work perfectly together as a duo, and I want to see their characters in action again and again in pulling off more heists. Go see Den of Thieves 2.